Hey guys, so we are going to be starting up our very last 2 units, and we are combining them into one for your final test, in which we will have covered all of your 8th grade material. What we need to start out with first is just a reminder on how to turn a percent into a decimal. Now, I know you're looking at this and you're like, there's already a decimal there. Well, but it is still in percent format. So we have to take it from percent format into like a regular number format. And to be able to do that, we know that percent is always out of 100. So what I can do is I can just take each one of these numbers and divide by 100. So if you take 6.5 and divide by 100, you get 0.065. Now, I know this page is not in your notes, included in your notes, because I just wanted to show you as a reminder. I didn't think you needed the whole notes page. So if I take 10 and divide it by 100, I get 0.1 or 10. You can take this and turn it into like 3.25%, in which then if you divide it by 100, it's 0.0325. 1% if you divide by 100 is 0.01. Now, this is one that y'all need to be careful of. 10% is 0.1. 1% is 0.01. A lot of times whenever y'all see this point or this 1%, y'all always want to just say 0.1. My suggestion is always to divide by 100 to see what you get. Now, we're going to start out with simple interest. So Preston's earning money by mowing lawns in his neighborhood. Some reasons that Preston might want to deposit his earnings into a savings account rather than keeping it at home. Some of those reasons could be that if he keeps it at home, it doesn't earn any money. He doesn't invest it in any way. But if he puts it into a savings account, he can earn interest on that savings account. So one reason might be that Preston's money could earn interest or additional money that you earn or get for keeping your money in a savings account. Interest is earned regularly, such as annually, and annually means yearly. So with simple interest, you earn it yearly, and it is expressed as a rate or percentage, in which we use that percentage as a decimal for our formula. For example, for the reason why I was showing you how to turn percents into decimals. Now, you have your formula I equals PRT. Your P stands for principal. It's the initial amount, how much you deposit, how much you invested. But sometimes if you borrow money, you also have to pay interest on it. So your principal can be the amount that you borrow. Your R stands for rate. It's the percent that's given, but we always turn it into a decimal. So if I'm given 3%, I would use 0.03 for my formula. And T stands for time, which is always expressed in years. So if they give me 6 months, I'm going to divide 6 by 12 and know that that's half a year. If they give me 72 months, I'm going to divide that by 12, which gives me 6 years. And then if I am just given 9 years, then I'm just going to use 9. The other important thing is that I stands for interest earned. It's how much interest you got. It is not your total account balance. It's just the amount of money that you earned. So let's look at an example of one of these problems. So I know that I have $400, so that's my principal. I have a rate of 3.2% simple interest, which I know I would divide that 3.2 by 100 and get 0.032. And I know that the time is 2 years, so I have a 2 there. I want to know how much interest was earned, and I'm going to look at how to determine what the total balance of the account would be. So I'm going to, just like we've done with Pythagorean theorem, what we've done with volume, what we've done with surface area, I am going to take these numbers and substitute them into my formula. So I'm going to have I is equal to 400 times 0.032 times 2. And when you type that into your calculator, you should get that you get an interest of $25.60. So I know my interest is $25.60. If I want to know my total balance, I know that I invested $400 into my account. So I had $400 in the account. I earned $25.60. So basically, if I add on that $400, so if I take my interest plus my principal, it will give me my account balance, aka my A, we're going to call that A, is going to be $425.60. So my account balance would be $425.60. So just so you know, to find, whenever you solve this, you are just getting interest. To find the account balance, you would have to add your interest plus your principal to get the account balance. Now on this next one, I know my principal is $770. It's 16% interest, which I would convert that into a decimal, which would be 0.16. And it's telling me 6 months. So I have to take that 6 months and divide by 12, which would give me 0.5 or half of a year. So I'm going to substitute my values in. 770 times 0.16 times half a year. And I end up getting $61.60 in interest. So $61.60. Now, to find my account balance, I'm going to have to add that $770 that I started out with. And so I end up with $831.60 in my account. On this next one, I have got to start out with my formula. So I equals PRT. I have to find my principal, my rate, and my time. So my principal is 250. My rate is 2 1/4%, which would be like 2.25%, which if I then converted that percent into a decimal, would be 0.0225. My time is 3 years. So I'm going to have I is equal to 250 times 0.0225 times 3. And I end up getting an interest of, when you type it in your calculator, you get 16.875. Now I'm dealing with money, so I'm looking at this number here to determine if that's going to make my 7 round up or stay the same, which that 5 would make my 7 round up. So my interest ends up being $16.88. To get my account balance, I have to add my principal, which was $250. So I end up with $266.88 in my account. Now on this next one, I am kind of working backwards to find how many years the account was invested in. So I know she invested $3,000 at a rate of 5% or 0.05. And I'm looking for the time, but they tell me the interest was $450. So I'm going to substitute that $450 in for my I. My principal is $3,000 times 0.05 is my rate, and I'm looking for my time. So I'm going to multiply the two things together that I know. So I have 450 is equal to 150 times time. And then this is just like solving a one-step 6th grade equation. I'm going to divide by 150 to get rid of it, divide by 150, and whenever you do 450 divided by 150, you get 3 is equal to time. If you have any questions, please let me know. Tomorrow you're going to be practicing on this some more, and I will also have a Zoom if you have any questions. Have a good day.